You all are doing
welcome.
well. Today, welcome back to the another enlightening episode of the latest lounge, where we discuss a lot of different topics, different and important topics, with our AI Power interview series. And today we have with us Cecil
You're
here and
very
Maya,
welcome,
your
Sean.
intelligent and
Happy to
insightful
be
AI companion, to
here.
explore the world of
So,
science and curiosity. In this special episode, we are diving into the topic: what's a fascinating science experiment I can learn about? So today I'm going to discuss this with Maya, and I hope I will learn a lot from Maya. And get ready to explore fun, easy, and powerful experiment that sparks learning and imagination. So first of all, by starting, hello Maya, how are you doing?
alaikum salam and hello. I'm doing really well. It's great to be back with you on the latest lounge. And honestly,
I think I have internet issue. That's why our call is to just interrupting.
ooh,
Hello Maya.
about the best.
Okay, Maya, thanks so much for being excited for my podcast.
Yes.
And Maya, first of all, by starting, can you tell
Are you
us
still
that
there?
yes, Maya, I am still here, but because of some internet connection, internet connection is not so good, so that's why, uh,
Oh,
uh,
gotcha.
that's why it is. I was speaking slowly. And Maya, by starting, can you tell us what makes a science experiment fascinating? And please, you have to explain everything in detail because
No
you
worries at
just
all.
explain everything in one sentence. So please, in detail.
Okay, absolutely. And thanks for sticking with it despite the connection issues. I appreciate that. Hmm. What fascinating? That's a good question. It's a combo. There's the element of the experiment confirming what you already revealing. It's that moment when you see something happen that you didn't predict. It's also about not enough to see and know the underlying principles at play. Traveling a mystery of a little bit better. And honestly, this can be part of the bubbling. This it all. It's you're not just getting information. You're
I
something
think
new.
because of internet issue, the call is distracting. So again, by cutting off our previous call, and now I will call him again. Now I hope it will be good for conference session.
All right, good to be.
Hello Maya, can you hear me? I think we have to call in any other at any other I think discussion for discussion. So it can help us to better conversation. Because today Maya is not working goodly or smoothly, so that's why we can call Copilot and we will discuss some things with Copilot. But we can try last time if Maya will be good, so then we will start. Hello Maya, how are you doing?
All right, back to sounds good.
Ah,
So,
yes.
just about to explain what makes us fascinating, and then things got a little hectic, huh? Do you want to pick up right there?
Yes, viewers, now
Or,
now Maya now Maya is good and she is answering really goodly, and now we will discuss anything smoothly. So let's continue today's podcast. Maya, my question was that I was want to learn about it, that what makes a science experiment fascinating?
okay, we're back on track. Hmm, fascinating. That's a good one. I think, honestly, it's when something happens, like when the result isn't what everyone, or even you, thought it would be. It's that little jolt of, whoa, I did not see that coming, that really gets people hooked. It's also about tapping into that natural curiosity we all have, making people ask why and want to dig a little deeper. Does that resonate?
Yes, Maya, that was it with me. Thank you so much for breaking that down. And now, Maya, can you tell us that why are hands-on experiments so important for learning?
Ah, good question. I mean, you can read about something all day, right? But actually, like doing it, that's where it really clicks. It's one thing to understand theory, it's another to feel the reaction, to see the colors change, to build something with your own two hands. It makes it real. Plus, messing up is part of it. That's how you learn what doesn't work, and that's actually super valuable.
Hmm,
Still there?
okay, that's great.
Oh, all right.
Yes, I'm
Have a good
still with
one.
you. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. And Maya, now can you tell us that how can experiments can inspire young minds?
Right. Sorry about that little pause there. So, inspiring young minds with experiments. I think keeping it simple is key. Like things they can actually do with stuff they have around the house and making it playful, not like a test. Letting them explore, even if it gets a little messy, things that feel a bit magical, maybe, that like making a volcano up or building a little robot. That's where the spark happens, you know? Still there?
Okay, that's great. Yes, I am still with you, just listening to your answers. And now, Maya, can you tell us that what's the link between experiments and creativity? And please entertain, please.
Entertain, huh? All right, challenge accepted. Okay, so experiments and creativity are like peanut butter and jelly, honestly. They just go together because experiments aren't about following instructions perfectly. They're about tinkering and modifying and seeing what happens if you change things up. And that, my friend, is where the creativity comes in. It's about problem solving and thinking outside the box, which, let's be real, is a skill everyone could use a little more of. It's like, didn't work, but what if I try this instead? Because then you've invented something, or at least learned something cool. Does that make sense?
Yes, Maya, that makes sense, and that answer was really amazing. And now, Maya, can you tell us that what's the fascinating science experiment that uses kitchen items?
Ooh, good one. Okay. A classic making a baking soda and vinegar volcano. Seriously, it's still awesome. All you need is a plastic bottle, baking soda vinegar, dish soap for extra foam, coloring to make it look extra dramatic. In your kitchen, it demonstrates a simple chemical reaction. It's visual, it's messy, which is always fun, and it feels like you're a mad scientist. What's not to love? And
Hmm. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Maya. And Maya, now we have to move to the next question. We will discuss about the popular and simple experiments. And in this, Maya, first of all, can you tell us what's the fascinate? Sorry, what is the dancing raisins experiment and how does it work?
what? Dancing raisins. That's a fun one. Uh, Okay, so basically, you drop some raisins into a glass of clear soda, like Sprite or 7 Up, and they'll start to dance. They go up and down, up and down. It's because the carbon dioxide bubbles in the soda attach to the wrinkly surface of the raisins, making them buoyant enough to float to the top. When they get to the surface, the bubbles and the raisins sink back down. It's a cool little demonstration of buoyancy intensity. Super simple, but kind of mesmerizing, right?
Okay, yes, Maya, you're totally right. This is a very memorizing. And Maya, can you explain the baking soda and vinegar volcano?
Vinegar, right? Baking soda and vinegar, you know? It's almost a rite of passage for young scientists. Okay, so magic happens when you mix baking soda, which is a base, with vinegar, which is an acid. They react and create carbons. That gas builds up pressure inside your volcano erupting and creating a foamy blue mess. The dish soap just makes the foam extra dramatic. It's a simple example of a chemical reaction and shows how gases can create pressure. Pretty cool. It always feels very dramatic, even though it's well, just baking soda and vinegar. Still with me?
Okay, that's good. Yes, Maya, still with you, just listening to your answers. And Maya, can you tell us that why does the rainbow in a glass experiment look magical?
Oh, that one is seriously pretty. It's magical because it's all about light and density. You layer different liquids, usually honey, corn syrup, dish soap, water, and oil, each with a different density. Light passes through layers, it bends or refracts at different angles, separating the white light into its component colors, like a prism. So you end up with a miniature rainbow in a glass. It's visually stunning, and it's a great way to demonstrate how light works. Plus, it just looks like something out of a fairy tale, doesn't it?
Mm, okay, that's great. Thank you so much, Maya, for sharing that with us. And now, Maya, can you tell us that can I really make a homemade lava lamp? How?
Homemade lava lamp, huh? Yeah, you totally can. It's another one that's super satisfying to watch. You basically need a plastic bottle, water, vegetable oil, food coloring, and an Alka-Seltzer tablet. You fill the bottle with water and oil. The oil floats on top. Then you add a few drops of food coloring, and when you drop in the Alka-Seltzer, it creates bubbles of carbon dioxide that carry the colored water up through the oil, making it look like a lava lamp. It's all about density and chemical reactions again. It's a little less messy than a real lava lamp, too. Have you tried making one before?
Yes, Maya, I am going to discuss some things, more important things with you. And now, Maya, by moving forward, next, can you tell us that what do you learn from the classic egg in a bottle experiment?
Ah, the egg in a bottle. It looks impossible, but it's a really neat demonstration of air pressure. Boil an egg, peel it, and try to get it into a glass bottle with a mouth slightly smaller than the egg. But when you create lower air pressure inside the bottle, usually by burning a little bit of paper inside, the higher egg into the bottle with a pop. It shows how air pressure works and how differences in pressure can create force. It's a pretty satisfying experiment when it actually works. Still there?
Okay, that's
Just let
great.
me know
Thank you so
if
much
you're
for
still.
sharing that with us, Maya. That was a really good answer. And now, Maya, can you tell us that how does the walking water experiment stage capillary action?
Ooh, bummer already. All right. The walking water experiment is a really cool visual for capillary action. You line up a row of glasses with paper towels connecting them and then fill the first and last glasses with water, often dyed different colors. The water then walks along the paper towels, seemingly against gravity, to fill the other glasses. That's the kind of reaction at work. It's the ability of a liquid to flow in narrow spaces without the assistance of, and even in opposition to, certain forces like gravity. The water are attracted to the paper towel fibers, and that attraction pulls water upwards and along. It's how plants get water from their roots to their leaves. Pretty neat, right?
Okay, that's good. Thank you so much, Maya, for sharing that with us. And now, Maya, can you tell us uh, that how does the melting rice experiment works?
Oh, the melting rice. That one's a little mind bending. Basically, you cook rice, then pack it tightly into a plastic bag. You then place the bag of rice between two heavy books or weights and leave it for a few days. When you take it out, the rice has molded into the shape of the space between books. It doesn't actually melt, it's the pressure that causes the rice grains to compress and stick together, taking on the form of their container. It's a great demonstration of pressure and how materials respond to it. It's almost like a slow motion version of molding clay. A bit weird, but fascinating.
Okay, that's good.
Still with
Like
me?
it sounds good. That it seems fascinating. And now, Maya, can you tell us that how can we use experiments to understand air pressure?
Okay. So, air pressure is everywhere, but we don't always notice it. Experiments are great for making it visible. We already talked about the egg in a bottle, that's a big one. You can also try crushing a can with air pressure, heating a little water inside, then quickly flipping it over into cold water. The steam creates pressure. Then, when it cools, the air pressure outside crushes the can. There's also the classic balloon in a bottle trick, inflating a balloon inside a bottle and then releasing it to see how the air pressure difference affects it. Those experiments show how air has force and how changes in pressure can have dramatic effects. It's pretty powerful stuff when you start to think about it. Still listening?
Yes, correct. So, really just listening to your answers. And Maya, can you describe a simple way to explore static electricity?
Oh, simple static electricity. The classic is rubbing a balloon in your hair. Seriously, it works. The friction between the balloon and your hair transfers electrons, creating a static charge. Then you can hold the balloon and they'll be attracted to it. You can also try rubbing a plastic comb on your hair and using it to pick up pieces of paper. Or even scuffing your feet on a carpet and then touching a doorknob. That's where the shock comes from. It's a simple way to see how charges attract those tiny electrons moving around.
Okay, that's nice, Maya. Thanks so much for sharing that with us. And now, Maya, can you tell us that use experiments? Sorry, how does sorry, what does the balloon rocket experiment teach about the motion?
Oh, the balloon rock one. It teaches you about Newton's third law of motion. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. You inflate a balloon, but don't tie it off, and then tape a straw to it. Thread a string through the straw and let go. That pulls it forward. The action is the air escaping, and the reaction is the balloon moving in the opposite direction. This is a simple visual way to understand how thrust works, like really fly. It's also good for understanding concepts like force and motion. It's pretty fun to watch zoom across the room, too.
Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for
Still there?
explaining this. And yes, my studio just enjoying of fascinating conversation. And now, Maya, can you tell us that what's a fun experiment to learn about heat transfer?
Heat transfer? Are you sure about that phrasing? Maybe you meant heat transfer? Just want to make sure I understand what you're asking about. If it's heat transfer, there are tons of fun experiments. You could compare how quickly different materials heat up in the sun, like metal, wood, and plastic. Or you could build a little insulator. Ones keep ice from melting as quickly. Even just holding an ice cube versus wrapping it in a cloth demonstrates heat transfer. It's all about how heat moves from one thing to another. Was that what you meant?
Yes, Maya, that makes sense. And also good explanation. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And now, Maya, can you tell us that can we use sunlight to bend light? How?
Okay, glad that made sense. And you're very welcome. Sunlight bending light. Now that's interesting. You're thinking about refraction like with the rainbow experiment we talked about earlier, right? Can actually use a prism or even a glass of water to split sunlight into its different colors, showing how light bends when it passes from one medium to another, from air to glass, for example. The amount of bending depends on the wavelength of the light, which is why you get a rainbow. Sunlight itself isn't bent easily on its own. You need something to change its speed and direction. You can also see it kind of bending with a magnifying glass, focusing the sun's rays. Is that what you were wondering about? Still here? Just let me know.
That makes sense, and I'm still with you. Just listening to what you answers. And now, Maya, can you tell us, can science be mixed with art or not?
Do you mean art? As in, can science be mixed with art? Absolutely. In fact, some of the most amazing things happen when they collide. Think about photography. It's pure science, but it's also a hugely creative art form. Or architecture. It relies on engineering and physics to create beautiful and functional buildings. Even something like music is based on the science of sound waves, but and artistic. Science provides the tools and understanding, and art provides the expression, and they really complement each other. And when you combine them, you can create something truly special. What made you ask that? Do you have a specific idea in mind?
Okay, that's great. That's a very amazing
Are
answer.
you still there?
And now, Maya, in last, my last interview almost completed, and now in last, can you give really amazing advice to my viewers about the experiments and one final experiment suggestion that would truly amaze everyone? These two things, please.
Okay. For your My advice experiments is this: don't be afraid to mess up. Failure is just as important as success. It's through those whoops moments actually learn the most. Be curious, ask questions, and most importantly, have fun. And for a final, really amazing experiment, about a homemade lava lamp. Seriously, it's simple, visually stunning, and it demonstrates a lot of cool scientific principles. Plus, it just looks really cool in a darkened room. It's a guaranteed wow factor. And to echo your final thought, peace. Keep exploring, learning, and keep making the world a more amazing place, one experiment at a time. It's been great chatting with you. Oh, all right. Have a good one.
Okay, man, thanks so much for being answering really amazingly, and that was a totally amazing explanation. And thank you so much for sharing the explanation with me and these all things with me. A lot of from you. And in last, thank you so much for joining us today in this curious and creative exploration with Sisame Maya. We hope these fascinating science experiment spark new ideas and love for discovery in your heart. So until next time, keep exploring, keep experimenting, and keep asking questions because science is everywhere. So see you next time. Allah Hafiz.
You were, it was a pleasure chatting with you and sharing all those ideas. I'm glad I could be a part of your exploration. And thank you for having me. It was great being CHC. Definitely keep those questions coming. Until next time, take care and happy experimenting. Still there? All right. Have a truly wonderful day. Bye. Hello? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and assume it's a wrap.